Yeah, see, that's the thing. As you know, I have been collecting all these games and shit, right?
Oh, there you are. Hello.
Yeah. So as you know, I've been collecting all these damn games.
Right, right.
So when I got WWE 24, I got the physical copy. So all I
Mm-hmm.
did was opened it up, I took the disc out, threw it in the Xbox, then I put the case on the shelf.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I did, you know. But today, as we record, it's right above me on the screen right now. This is my first time like actually sitting with it and playing with it and everything. So I done
Yeah.
opened up all my cards that came with the pre-order. I just finished the little tutorial, the performance center tutorial thing. So I kind of know all the buttons. And then I made my own custom match. I call
Okay.
it call it the Crazy Eight.
Okay.
So it's an 8-man elimination hardcore match pretty much.
Okay.
So I was Grayson Waller and I was trying to win.
Of course you were.
I was trying to win the big gold belt too.
I I gotta double check. I think Grayson Waller might be one of the days I'm at WWE World. If he is, I'll send you his autograph.
What? Don't threaten me with a good time.
I gotta double check because I'm definitely going Friday. I might be going Monday too, but
So they changed it from the superstore to World now.
yeah. So basically, the gimmick is like it's the access and the store combined together.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. You might have to buy a ticket to get to the store. This is fucking crazy.
Well, I mean, it always been like that though,
Well,
because
no, the
like
store was always its own separate thing.
I thought it was. I don't know. I
Okay,
hadn't
so
been in a
Grayson
while,
Waller is in an autograph session, but you can take a picture with him,
so
and
that'll be your gift to me to take a
it's
picture
on.
with
Yeah,
Grayson
I'll take a
Waller.
picture with. Yeah, if I had an RBR merch, I would wear it with it, but all I got
see,
is the pin.
see, I got these from Cody, all Grayson Waller cards.
I sent you one too.
Yeah, so I got one from you that came in that freaking box with the Velveteen Dream shirt,
Yes, the Hell box.
and then I got the other two from Cody, I think. So yeah, I got then what's his name? Damn, I because I look at all y'all freaking handles on here or whatever. He got me freaking the Grayson Waller his first official merch shirt or whatever. So I got the long sleeve Grayson
Oh, that's
Waller
cool.
show shirt somewhere. But yeah, so shit. So you're going to Mania weekend.
Yeah, leaving Friday morning, and I come back Tuesday afternoon probably. Because
Mhm.
originally I was going to do like, oh, I'm gonna do all like the Mania weekend shows, but like all the good shows are on Thursday, which
Yeah,
is dumb, and it's supposed to snow on Thursday now. So
global warming, folks.
right, so like I'm not going out. I'm already taking enough days off work. I'm not going out on a Thursday. And then it's like all the Friday stuff is like for the cultures at midnight. You want me to go
Yeah,
out?
see you might have heard me gripe on the show
Yeah,
about
I
that.
heard
It's
that
like
bit. Yeah,
fucking midnight. Goddamn,
that
have
bothered me.
all the black people at midnight. Come on now.
And then Effie's Big Gay Brunch is I guess it makes sense. It's a
Yeah,
brunch
brunch.
show,
Yeah. Mhm.
but it's like that's a shitty time for that show too.
So is a Effie before or after the culture one? Because you
So
being
for the culture is at midnight, and then Big Gay Brunch is the next day.
yeah. So like I was saying, you in the world of hurt if you go to the for the culture
Yeah,
show that night, then have to wake up for the brunch.
yeah, no. And then like the other Janela shows after Mania Night One. So it's like, what are we like? I almost bought a ticket because I wanted to see the stupid ass Punjabi prison match, but I'm like,
Oh, they put that on the oh
yeah, it's Violence is Forever, the Fatus, the Bollywood Boys, and I forgot who the fourth team was. I think Seco Lane, whoever he teams with,
wow, they got a freaking tag team Punjabi prison
with
match.
the Bollywood Boys.
It makes sense. You gotta because like what
I
the first
know.
one didn't even have anyone from India or whatever in it.
Yeah, because they all had elevated liver enzymes. Definitely not steroids.
Goddamn restless. Anyway, I have an intro for this show, which I should probably do.
Okay.
But what up, everybody? This your boy B Rob, and I'm back with another edition of the Random Rumbles with Rob podcast. First and foremost, I'd like to thank you, the listener, for coming back each and every week, or however you listen to podcasts. And if you're a first-time listener, I'd like to thank you oh so much for giving my show a try. And if anybody recommended you to me, I would like for you to give that person a crisp high five. But if you're not in that person's general vicinity, I want you to go ahead and pick up your favorite social media app of choice and send that person a well-crafted DM telling them thank you for recommending you to me. Speaking of social media, you can find the Random Rambles with Rob on various social media platforms to include Twitter at 3R Show or X, whatever the fuck you call it. Instagram at the 3R Show. And if you're watching this video, you may have found the video interviews that I do on YouTube by searching 3R Show. For anything that I may have forgotten to mention, you can go to randomrob.com. randomrob.com, to where you can find many different ways to help support the show, possibly a sponsor. But if you go to randomrob.com, you'll find the sponsor Hooks, Rubs, and Spices. You go to hooksrub.com and you can get 15% off your order by using promo code random. Like I said, if they're still a sponsor, because I've been on hiatus because I've been doing other shit, but if they still are, go to hooksrub.com and you can get 15% off your order by using promo code random. So yeah, now we're back to the show. Joining me is one of the guys that I've gotten to know via our Discord on RBR Weekly Wrestling Talk, a prominent member in the RBR neighborhood. We are speaking with one Will Housell. How are you, sir?
I'm good. You know, when I was prompted to do my first shoot interview today, I thought I was gonna have a nice plate of raviolis in front of me, like Kevin Nash that one time. I'm very upset there's no raviolis here, but I'm very happy to be here regardless. Thank you for having me.
Yes. So, like, I know of you, but I don't know a lot of you, and that's why you are here, and that's why we're doing this.
Well,
thing here.
that's for the premium content. You got to pay an extra for that.
Oh yeah, I mean, get to see feet and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, you've been a member of the neighborhood for a while, and I'm kind of making the rounds around the neighborhood and everything, because I've been a member for, my child is 13 now, and it was probably maybe a year or two before she was born that I was listening. So a good long while.
That
What
sounds
about yourself?
yeah. So I started. I could probably tell you the exact episode if I looked it up. It was the 10-10-10 TNA They're Here. That episode. That's when I actually first found RBR through Cody. Because Cody
Rhodes?
Cody was uploading clips from the show onto YouTube, and I thought they were funny. And I'm like,
Which you
all
can't
right.
beg him to do now.
Yeah, no, he won't do shit now. I thought they were like funny clips. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll listen to this. Mind you, I had no clue what a podcast was. This is literally my
Same.
first podcast. Now it's like I'll listen to a shit ton of podcasts, but it's like, yeah, this is my first podcast, and I definitely remember joining the fan off forums, and for the first like couple months, I couldn't distinguish Paul and Matt from one another. Because all white people sound the same. Yeah, then it just kind of got the ball rolling, and I've been a member since.
Word. The forums, boy, were those good times.
It's a little bit of a nightmare sometimes.
Yeah, it was. I don't even, because didn't we have like usernames and everything? I don't even remember what mine
We had
was.
usernames, we had the pictures, the flares, like the signatures.
Yeah.
If you're a part of the cult of Matt, you have to be put in that category too.
Oh my man, I kind of missed the forums, but I mean, with everything, technology advances, and we got to move beyond those things, which is kind of ironic since fan off is down.
It's funny. Like, I was thinking about the other day, I'm like, wow, I remember like the post show threads used to be so happening. When like in hindsight, it's probably like the same amount of people that usually post in the Discord now.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
I guess like when you were younger, like it seemed like so much more, but now because like in Discord, everything's just like in one page, so it's like, oh, probably the same amount of people posting dumb shit.
Yeah. And then like you got to think about it now. I would like to think that the people that are in the Discord and everything are kind of like in our grouping or whatnot or whatever. So they've been here for a good long while and everything and whatnot. So it's just like we get it.
Oh
we know
yeah.
what we're here for.
Oh yeah. No, I mean like there's some people who like I wonder where they are nowadays, but it's
Oh yeah,
like oh what happened to like Turk the Marine guy?
I still speak to him.
Oh really?
Yeah, we correspond via Instagram and everything. You know,
Oh that's
he's in.
cool.
He got out of the military. He's in Oklahoma, I believe.
Hmm.
He has like a farm essentially or whatever.
Really?
And if you go to his Instagram, he's just pretty much damn like Mr. Fix It, doing everything himself and everything.
That's awesome. Good for
And
him.
he's doing jiu-jitsu, high level
Really?
shit too.
Interesting. Okay, good for him.
So yeah, he's doing all right.
Nice,
Just for
nice.
anybody who wanted to know.
Yeah, but then it's like, oh, you see some names in the Discord. I'm like, oh, I remember like BC. I remember he was kind of like very elusive back then on the board. He was like, he's the guy that recorded everything. I'm like, now he's just like he's a regular person in the Discord. So it's like, okay.
I know when we were young, we had ambition. Now we don't have any jobs. We don't have any hope.
Thanks, Obama.
Yeah, that's something Paul would say. That's why I said it. But
This isn't a woke podcast. Sorry.
Yeah, because I was asleep a little while ago.
I was too, actually.
It's fucking laundry days, right?
I know, seriously.
So what's your laundry policy? So like, all right, you put the things in the wash, you put them in the dryer. Do you immediately fold and put in the basket, then put away, or do you just throw it all in the basket, then you take it to the room, dump it, fold it, then put it away? What's your policy?
Today's circumstantial because usually I'd be folding right now, but because I hopped onto this, they're still sitting in the hamper.
Don't use me as an excuse.
I would be folding right now. I do immediately fold after I unless like something comes up, like I usually immediately fold.
See, yeah, that's where me and my wife differ or whatever. So she'll take it straight from the dryer, fold it, put it in the basket so it can be, transported to wherever it goes, whatever. Me, I put the shit, I just pull it out of the dryer.
Oh yeah, no, I do that too, but then I fold it after, yeah.
What shit? I pull it all out of the dryer, dump it in the basket, then I bring it to the room, dump it on the bed, then I fold and hang, and then I put it away or whatever. It's like, I don't know, it's like a double. I think it's double if you daggone, you take it, then you fold it up, then you put it in the basket, then you take it out, then you freaking.
But if it gets messed up in the travel process, I get it.
This is what we show up for, the laundry talk, people.
Hey, some people, that's very rare nowadays.
I know, man. We got to get back to the simpler things.
Yeah.
But what sparked your love and curiosity of pro wrestling?
Ooh, that's a loaded question.
I know. That's why I got a gun right here.
Oh, jeez. Christ. Don't knock out the internet, please. So I guess because my dad, big fan of wrestling. He's like big super fan. He went to the first Mania, allegedly. He claimed.
Allegedly.
He's never shown me any proof.
Mhm.
But he claims he and our grandfather went to the first Mania. Which I'm inclined to somewhat believe, but there's been no proof since. But he's gone to like WCW shows, he's gone to like WWF shows, and he was always like a super fan growing up, and he basically brainwashed me into becoming a fan. And then like our grandpa at first wasn't a fan either, but then like he got brainwashed eventually, and he became a super fan. So it's basically like a generational like fans of wrestling. And it's funny because he didn't know, he was a very like WWE only kind of guy.
Yeah.
And then like I got into the indies and I got him into the indies. So like he's more of an AEW fan now, and like he watches all these other products, and it's very fascinating, which is a stark contrast to, I guess it runs in the family because like my uncle, big super wrestling fan who I'm actually going to Mania with, but he is a very WWE loyalist.
Yeah.
He's the type of guy that's texting me. I'll read you what he texted me the other night during Collision. He's very anti AEW.
That's his words, folks.
His text. Ryder versus Edge like it's 2002 with the puke emojis. Exactly why they will never grow their TV audience. Hardcore WWE fans like me don't want to see something like that again, and families can't tune in because of the blood and gore. All right.
He sounds like he works for the board of directors.
Right, like he's getting paid. He's like WWE Gareth on Twitter.
Yeah, that's wild. I mean, I can't talk too much or whatever because that's what I was born and bred on. I mean, hell, up here
No,
above
of
my
course,
head, you
yeah.
can
I mean, I'm
see.
still gonna like WWE regardless, even when it's the most dog shit product. But it's like I love branching out into other products. Like
Yeah,
I go to these indie shows. I follow all these products. It's like that's what's keeping the industry alive for me. I don't think I'd be watching wrestling if not for like an AEW or even like when
GCW.
TNA was hot. GCW, yeah, Ring of Honor, all these companies.
You know, and like I've said it before. I mean, I wasn't always that way. I mean, I was like your uncle in a sense or whatever, to where like WCW died, which was my preferred product at the time because of the luchadors and everything.
Right.
But once that died, I mean, I solely converted over to all things that are WWF, WWE, and whatnot. But 2014 was the renaissance of my wrestling fandom and whatnot because I went to legit, in a school gymnasium, goddamn wrestling show, and I was hooked with independent wrestling ever since then. So yeah, and it's good. It's good to break away from that cycle too. It's just like it's a breath of fresh air, and you feel, I don't know, I guess like I wouldn't say accomplishment, but it's more fulfilling to like have something to enjoy with all the independent wrestling and whatnot.
Right, especially like when you see them grow up. Like when I went to the first National Pro Wrestling Day, I think it was like 2013 or something, and that show had Swerve versus AR Fox, and they're like in their 20s wrestling, and it's crazy to see where they are now.
Hell yeah.
Or
I
like
mean,
there was a guy who wrestled with a beard who were chanting "Wrestling Jesus." Come to find out, a decade later, that's Elias.
yeah.
Right, so it's like it's nuts.
Mhm. Yeah, because I mean, you hear my bias every week. I mean, Roxanne Perez, freaking Brian Keith, who recently signed with AEW and everything or whatever. So it's just like I watched those people early on or whatever. I mean, just to see them, just do what they do now is just mind blowing to me. I mean, you just have like you went on the journey with them because I mean, you were there essentially, especially here in Houston in that little tin can of a building. And it sucked whenever you had to go down there when it rained because you had to shift the ring physically in the building so the rain wouldn't come down in the center of the ring.
Wow.
It's just wild shit. And people still running shows out of there. I don't get it. Lightning strike that bitch, we all going down. It's a literal metal building.
That's when you're ready to die for wrestling.
Yes. Wrestling is forever, folks. But man, I mean, from what I've seen of you, I mean, just because I'm on the outside of your window peeking in or whatnot. I mean, you get around as far as it relates to professional wrestling. I see what you did. You looked at your window. But you get around as far as professional wrestling. I've seen a lot of the images you posted with, just being a fan and whatnot. I mean, what are some of your most memorable memories as it relates to professional wrestling?
Oh, I got a lot.
Hey,
Actually,
you got time.
one might come full circle this weekend potentially.
Tell me more.
So, this is my first Ring of Honor show for Final Battle 2012. This is Generico's last Ring of Honor show before he goes to NXT. And this is also like this is my second indie show because my dad and I actually went to a Jakara show before this. And we got convinced going to the Jakara show, let's go to the Ring of Honor show. So this was Generico Steen Ladder Wars, which is crazy.
Yeah.
I remember the finish, and my dad like jumped out of his seat yelling, "Holy shit!" It's like that's ingrained in my brain. But the moment from that show specifically was before the show, because they run the little merch tables, and they had like the meet and greets with certain talent, and it was the Briscoes and Generico. and mind you, I'm like a shitty little teenager. I think I'm like 14 at this point. So like I don't work a job or anything. Like I go up to Generico and I'm like, oh, hola, and he's like speaking Spanish. I'm like, oh fuck. I'm like,
I didn't
he
prepare
leaves the
beyond
gimmick.
this.
I did not do good in Spanish. But I got the 8x10, and then like I asked if we could take a picture too. He's like, oh yeah, it's sure. It's free if you get the shirt too. I'm like, okay, yeah, because it was a cool shirt. I have it in my closet still, but it does not fit me. It was
Because
the
you were shorter then. I
oh
get it.
no, it's a size large. That'd be a little tight on me right now. But it was a Generico shirt, and I'm like, okay, yeah, how much is it? And he said 20, right? Regular price for sure. And I'm like, okay. I look at my wallet, and I didn't have enough on me, right? And I'm like, oh, sorry, man, I don't have enough. He's like, how much you have? He's like, I'm like, oh, 18. He's like, no problemo, amigo, no problemo. And like that,
This is hilarious to me because I know who Sami Zayn is now.
right? He's doing the Mexican voice, yeah, hilarious. But it's like that always stuck with me because like he didn't have to accept taking it for less. He
Mhm,
didn't. I mean, yeah, it's only like a couple dollar difference, but still, like
mhm.
he was still willing enough to take the money, like even less than what he wanted. Still give me the shirt, still take the photo, and that always was a memory that will sit with me. So now I've been holding $2 in my wallet for years,
Word.
just in case. One time, almost close. It was they worked the house show back when I was in college, but Sammy turned heel the night before. So he drove right into the venue, didn't step outside to talk to anyone. Like, mind you, like Tamina and Charlotte were like walking through the people, but like Sami Zayn just drove right in, ignored everyone.
God damn it.
I'm like, God damn, I can't even do it tonight. So he's working the WWE World the night I'm going. The plan is, I might cry when I see him. The plan is to give him the $2 I owe him.
Fuck yeah.
Tell him the story, and hopefully sign the Generico shirt.
Fuck yeah. I want that for you.
This has been a decade plus in the making.
You know what? We should isolate this whole little thing, whatever. I mean, if we can like tag him and get him to see that shit.
I've tweeted him the story before. I'm sure you've seen it. So
oh man, I want this for you because I
I
want
want
it
it
to
for me
happen
too.
too.
Oh man. Yeah.
Oh
No, so
man.
that's like I always feel like I always have like so like various stories about meeting wrestlers at the merch table. It's so fascinating.
Yeah.
Where it's
And
like I met before that at the Jakar show, I met Kevin Steen, and like you could tell like a person basically like how they are at the merch table.
mhm,
Because Kevin Steen and the Young Bucks, and they were working at the table next to each other. And the Young Bucks were trying to like egg on, hey, how you doing? Like trying to like push me into like buying their merch. Like, hey, you want to buy a shirt? You want to buy something? You look cool in a Young Bucks shirt. Like, eventually I did buy a Young Bucks shirt, but not from them that day.
yeah.
Um, but then I buy a shirt from like I go up to Steve because I tweeted him earlier. I'm like, oh, if you're gonna have shirts, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna have this shirt. And I buy a shirt from him, and he's like, thank you. This money's gonna go towards buying a toy for my son. So I'm like, wow, oh, that's really wholesome.
Yeah. I mean, there was a lot more information than I needed, but okay.
Right. Like, but that's like I feel like I did something by
Yeah.
buying a
And I
shirt.
mean, and you know, I mean, that's very personable or whatever, because like you'll leave from there that day and like here you are years later telling me that story or whatnot. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if that was the intent to whatever, because it worked.
Maybe. Yeah. I definitely have some couple of one of my favorites actually happened. It was a string of events that happened like back to back to back somehow. It's the most ridiculous thing. It was before Field of Honor 2015. This was in
That's when
Brooklyn.
they do like the baseball
Yeah,
thing,
the
right?
baseball is the same night as the first takeover in Brooklyn. So like all the talent are like walking on the boardwalk, right? And I had a Young Bucks shirt on, and we're walking down, and I hear someone say, "Hey, cool shirt," and I look, and it's the Young Bucks, and they call me over to two sweet them, and it's like the Young Bucks, Kerry Silken, and one of the bushwhackers. There's a
That's a great group of people.
right. I too sweet them. I cool. Thank you. Right. You know, and then we're walking more down the boardwalk, and so Jay Briscoe is standing in line with his daughter to go get some food. Right, and my dad, massive Briscoe mark. Like I call him a bigger Mark Briscoe than Mark. That he runs over,
Runs.
basically runs over.
Probably the
To,
fastest you ever seen your dad move.
he's a big guy, so yes, uh, to go over and talk to them. Now I didn't go over because I thought I was embarrassing. I didn't want to harass them on their free time
You
because
know,
he's with his kids.
that's how I feel too. It's
Right.
just, I see him out in the wild. It's just
Right.
like,
If I see him out in the wild, I'll give him a nod, or like, "Hey, how you doing?" Like, "What's up?" Like, nothing like, "Hey, yeah, we'll take a picture." Blah, blah. Other than the time I saw Anthony Bowes, but that's another story for a second.
Mhm.
And what's it called? He tells me that Jay recognized him
Mhm.
because they've like shook hands and taken pictures at shows before. But I'm like, you know, any giant white dudes that look like you, he's probably met before. That he's probably conflating that he supposedly knew who you are.
Mhm.
But you know, I'm gonna let him have his moment. So we're heading back to the venue, and we see Matt Taven. You know,
Did he yell his name at you?
no. So, but Matt Taven was standing there. So we're like, I wonder if anyone's going to stop Matt Taven. So one person stops Matt Taven, and she's in a Matt Taven shirt, of course, because you know, normal people. And they take a picture, and then we walk the length of the boardwalk behind Matt Taven. Not a single person stops him. We're literally just behind him, just walking. We're like, this is so fast. We're giggling because no one wants to stop Matt Taven. Like every other wrestler we saw, like, oh, they're getting pictures, you know, autographs, whatever. No one cared about Matt Taven. And then Matt Taven walked into the venue like it was nothing.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I kind of like Matt Taven, but like I can tell you why.
Okay.
So what was it? It was not WrestleMania 30, but it was the next WrestleMania that they did in New Orleans.
That was
So
34.
yeah, so that was like, you know, Shinsuke and AJ and John Cena got roughed up by the Undertaker, all that
Right.
shit. Which there is a 13-minute video somewhere on YouTube of me yelling for the Undertaker not to come out because that's how long my seated hate has been for the Undertaker. But we went to the Supercard of Honor that weekend,
Mm-hmm.
and we were there for hours before they let people into the venue to start the show and shit. We was like pretty much there that whole fucking afternoon, just in the vicinity, around in the. If you, I don't know if you ever been to the lakefront down
No.
there, but it's just like it's what it says. It's right there on the fucking lake,
Okay.
and we were just walking around the area, had a couple food places around or whatever, but we stayed there because, you know, we was just waiting for us to let us in the venue or whatever,
Right.
which was a way long time. But out there in front of the venue, standing on top of a vehicle, was Matt Taven and all his little goons or whatever. So it was what was the dude with the dreads? I forget his name.
Oh, Vincent.
Vince. It was him, Vincent, and the other guy that was with him at the time or whatever.
TK.
Yeah, so they were all there. Matt Taven on top of the vehicle, the other two just kind of circling around.
That's
or
when
whatever.
they were spooky.
Yeah, and he was heckling every single person that was around and coming in and out of the venue the
That's
whole
fun. That's fun.
fucking time. Just like he's like, you Melvin's over here, just doing the whole Matt Taven stick. And like he just like railing everybody. Then people talking shit to him, he talking shit back to them. But like the whole freaking afternoon until they started letting patrons into the venue, they stayed out there and did that shit. To where like, you know, Vincent, I believe it was, he was like, man, I'm getting kind of thirsty, all this yelling and stuff. And man, anybody got a Coke? You know, just fucking around. So I left because I was thirsty as well. He implanted the thought in my mind. So I went down to they had a CVS down the road, and right across they had a Subway.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to the Subway, got me some food or whatever. And as I'm in line getting the food, Beer City Bruiser and Matt Maloney come up in there. I forget what they fucking group was or whatever. But they was in there behind me. And I know about Matt Maloney because I heard him on a couple of podcasts before. I think he even had a podcast at the time with another guy or whatever. There was a part of another podcast network. Anyway, I knew about him because of podcasts, and not so much because of his wrestling acumen.
Mm-hmm.
So that was cool to me because I was doing the podcast at the time too. So I thought that was cool just in itself. So I'm in there, they behind me, they in line, I get my food or whatever. And I tell the cashier, I was like, hey, the two behind me, I take care of that too. So I paid for him and old boy food. And that was it. I didn't ask him for nothing. I didn't ask for autograph or dap or nothing. I just did it and I left. Then I went across the street to the CVS and I got a Coke. And then I walked back over there to where Vincent and all them was, and I gave him the Coke, and I was like, there you go. And then he was just like, oh, man, thanks. And he just immediately fucking starving artists and shit just chugged it in front of me and shit. And then by then, they were still out there shucking and jiving, fucking with people. And then we went into the venue, and that was the night that I almost saw Punishment Martinez kill himself because he did a dive to the outside.
Oh, okay. Wait, what?
Onto Tomohiro Ishii, who did not catch him at all.
Yeah, sounds about right.
And then that was the night that Cody and Kenny fought each other or whatever, and they had the guy in the bear outfit. Yeah,
that's dumb shit. Yeah,
I was there for all that because that show ran stupid long.
Yeah, that was the Hardys and the Bucks too, right?
Mm-hmm, I believe.
Yeah, because the Hardys showed up the next night.
Yeah.
Oh, are you gonna be excited when the Hardys replace Waller in Theory this year?
No. You know what? Real talk. I talk a lot of shit about the Hardys, deservedly so.
Yeah.
But if this is what it takes to get them to fucking retire, then let it happen. That's if this is like a definitive last run, just let the shit happen so it can get the fuck over with and they can get the fuck off my TV.
Even if it means taking Grayson Waller off WrestleMania? Wow.
I'm fine with that because I want Waller away from Theory.
Okay, yeah.
And, if it gets Theory out of the picture, if it eventually leads to a split or something or whatever, I'll suffer to make this happen because Waller should be doing things on his own.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then, it's a testament to him to show you that, hey, you got personality. You got some future on you. Let's pair you with this guy. Maybe it'll rub off on this motherfucker or whatever. That's my logic. That's my thinking of why they put him with fucking Theory or whatever. Because Theory can be a heel, but nobody believes him because he's a fucking goof. But, Waller is a heel that people can kind of believe in and kind of it's like a love-hate type of deal or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And he has personality. He can talk. He can do shit. It's just they put him with Theory.
Yeah, the only rubbing off Theory's doing is with underage girls. Anyways, that story you just told about Beer City, it just reminded me. Is after somewhat similar, but not at all. But it was after a final battle. I went to a lot of these, and there was there's not much.
Funny enough, it wasn't your final one.
No, I still haven't gone to another one though. I went to this final battle, and we went to a pizza place across from the Hammerstein. And in there, do you remember Brutal Bob Evans?
Mm-hmm.
So Brutal Bob Evans is standing there, looking at the pizzas, and he clearly tell we're coming from the Ring of Honor show. He worked the pre-show that night, and he's looking at us, me and my dad, as if he's wanting for us to recognize him, but we're just like.
Awkward.
I'm like, and then we didn't acknowledge him whatsoever.
Because he's not your tribal chief.
He ordered his food and left. And I'm like, did he want us to say hi? I'm like,
I don't know. It's a weird predicament or whatever. Because as you said before, I am completely the same way. If we're out in the wild just doing shit or whatever, and we come across one of these people, or if I come across one of these people, I'm not going to bother them. Not at all. I mean, if you're in the setting to where they got the merch table, I mean, it's a meet and greet scenario or whatever. All right, that's something totally different.
Right.
But if they're out enjoying their lives away from wrestling, I'm not going to fuck with them.
Right. Now, the only time I'm being a hypocrite now, the only time I ever did this was with Anthony Bowens. Mm-hmm. Because I was at the local game store and he walked in. I'm staring at him. I'm like, is that him? Like, you just see a big Jack Black dude. You're like, is that Anthony Bowens? I can't tell. And then, like, he left the store. And as we're leaving, I'm like, excuse me, sir. I'm like, are you Anthony Bowens? But no, he was super cool. He was super nice. And he gave me a hug and whatever. And he needs to get away from Max Caster. Like, immediately.
I don't know. I mean, tell me why.
Do you not see Max Caster on Twitter?
I mean, is he doing something new now? Because I mean, other than that,
his whole thing is, I'm
MJF stan.
Well, yeah, he's basically his shtick is I'm the best wrestler. Other wrestling companies don't matter. Bullshit. I'm like, brother, you're not even the best member of your trio. The 60-year-old is.
I mean, but that's another story,
right? I'm like, Max Caster is gonna be in. Like, I'm convinced, like, if he got cut tomorrow, he'd be doing like a conservative grifter gimmick, and he's not even right wing.
But you know what's funny though? Like, so Anthony Bowens is the gay guy,
yes,
or whatever, right?
Yes.
So like, what I thought was interesting or whatever, because when they first became a group.
You thought Max Caster was the gay one?
Yeah, I thought that was intentional.
Right. I think they definitely did that on purpose. Yeah. Because they're like, oh, I'm going to do all the gay jokes. When one's clearly the other is the gay one.
Yeah. So it's just like, I don't know. I mean, it was definitely done intentional. It was like to like get the, the light off of him or whatever or something. I mean, I don't know why it was done, but I was like, I recognize that it was done for a reason.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is what it is. I mean, that shit doesn't matter. I mean, you're a pro wrestler. You wrestle. That's what the thing is. You're wrestling.
Right.
But I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Max Caster. I mean, he's inoffensive. I mean, in ring. I mean, but I don't know. I mean, it just depends on the story that they tell with Bowens going forward from that split is what I would be interested in seeing.
I mean, I feel like he has all the tools of a upper.
Well,
what Scorpio Sky should have been.
I feel like he's a 5-tool athlete.
Right. I think he should have been what Scorpio Sky should have been.
Scorpio Sky should have been more than what they did with him.
Right.
Whatever.
Exactly. He could have been an upper mid card top guy consistently.
Well, I mean, but that's the thing, though. It's not his fault.
No, I don't blame him at all.
It's AEW's fault.
Yeah. AEW does not. When's the last time I remember seeing him? He was teaming with Ethan Page again.
Mm-hmm. Like, realistically, from the beginning up until now, barring, the CM Punks and all that other crazy stuff, Scorpio Sky potentially could have been the first world champion. Black world champion, I mean.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
I agree.
But they squandered all that shit.
You can't even say like it's an age thing when Samoa Joe's your world champion.
Sorry, son of a bitch.
Hey, Samoa Joe's having a career renaissance. You can't even be mad at him.
Yeah, I can. He got released from WWE for a reason.
Oh boy, do you not like current run Samoa Joe?
Look, so compelling on the mic as a character, yes, I will give him that. No doubt about it. Samoa Joe on the microphone is one of the top talkers currently, and maybe in the in the annals of professional wrestling. He is up there. I will give him that. I will not diminish his career prior. I mean, he is top ballot Hall of Famer in my estimation. No doubt about it. For his past works. Samoa Joe currently in ring, bell to bell, fucking sucks.
Wow.
He's showing his age. He's showing his cardio. Don't like it.
I mean,
it's time for him and the Hardys to get in the same bus and trot their ass on out into the sunset.
I think it's Mount Everest.
Oh, well, Darby not going right now, so I mean,
they can take his booking.
they really could. Yeah, but like it's past his time or whatever. I mean, people be like, oh, he's great, but he's not doing anything. He do the same 4 spots, which every wrestler has that. But like the build is to those 4 spots. All right, We're gonna get in a collar elbow tie up. You're gonna come off the ropes. You probably hit me with a couple clotheslines. We do the little shoulder block, test the strength type deal or whatever. I'm gonna get you in the corner, give you some punches and chops. Then I might do the little back up and do the little kick in the corner. Then I'm gonna gas out the rest of the time till it's time for you to jump at me and I walk away. Then I'm going to gas out the rest of the time, a whole bunch of rest holds and everything. You may knock me out of the ring so I can kind of stumble outside, catch my breath for a little bit. Then we're going to come back in the ring or whatever. We're going to fight. You might get me in the corner. Then you're going to run at me and I'm going to pick you up and uranagi you to the ground in the corner. Then maybe if I have enough gas in me, I'm going to run out of that into a freaking senton splash. And then after all that, it's going to be more punch and chops, more rest holds, until I can get you in the freaking clutch and choke you out. I just described the whole Samoa Joe match.
I mean, I disagree, but I get what you're saying. I mean, you can do it with any wrestler, though, if you break down key signature spots, though.
Yeah, I mean, Randy Orton, same way. But who would you rather?
Samoa Joe.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I probably would, too.
They're about the same size right now.
Oh well, no.
Well, Randy's big, but like not like fat big, but he's like two chicken breasts and asparagus.
Well, see, that's like the thing now, man. Like him and AJ, they came back Jack Diesel in the motherfucker, but that goes to show you how grueling, wrestling in that company is, to where like you're on the road so much to where like your body doesn't literally have enough time to rest and rejuvenate itself, to where they were out with injuries and they had enough time to chill, relax, actually get on the schedule to work out, and it shows. Mm-hmm. And then, everybody else like just got to suffer until they get hurt or fired, Yeah. But hey, I appreciate their sacrifice for my entertainment. It is what it is. I mean, so WrestleMania weekend is almost upon us.
Yes.
It's going to be out there in Philadelphia or whatever, which I think me and Cody and a couple other people, even, the music enthusiasts of the crew or whatever. It's like, they in Philly and Meek Mill ain't got shit to do with it. Then here we are. They just announced he's going to be doing something. Well, not announced, but like he's
part of the
promo materials and everything or whatever, which like, no brainer, slam dunk. Cody even brought it up, or whoever. Dreams and nightmares.
It has to be, yeah.
Seems like a slam
dunk. That whole
dunk.
place is going to sing along.
Yeah. I mean, so how do you think they do it? Does he come out to that, or does?
No, I think he does like the pre-match
promo package.
He does the pre-match promo package. He performs the song, and then Cody comes out.
I like it.
I think that's the easy way to do it. But I forgot who tweeted it, but the idea of Cody doing the Rocky 2 entrance.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that pitch?
No, I didn't.
So basically, the idea, you've seen Rocky 2, right?
Oh yeah, of course.
Where he runs the steps with the kids.
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah. You're
but
right.
Instead, he runs with the wrestling club kids.
Yeah.
That would be cool as fuck, especially because these rumors of them trying to get Stallone to do something. Like if they had Stallone narrate that.
Oh, yeah. So is this your first time going to Philly, or are you?
No, I've been to Philly before. I've been to Philly before.
So did you do all the tourist shit? Because I know when I went, I went up the steps. I went by the statue.
Yes, I'm going to do it again. Because I did it as a kid. I did it as like a teenager. So I have to do it as an adult, right?
Full circle. All right.
Right. So I got to do that. I mean, I'm still going to have my tourist. Like, there's still stuff I haven't done. Or like I did as a kid. I want to do as an adult. Because, you're a little kid. You don't appreciate this stuff.
Yeah. And then, you can't go do whatever the hell you want.
Right. Because it was like I was a little kid. I went to Hong Kong and I'm like, oh, I'm like looking at the Bruce Lee statue in Hong Kong. I'm like, because I remember I saw the Discord the other day, the lovely video. But I was like, when I'm a kid, that's just whatever. It's cool. It's a statue. Like now I'm like, wow, that'd be amazing to go see in person.
That's my dream. Not so much for me as to take Miss B Rob.
Yes.
But yeah. So, and then I fucked up too. Cause like I talk shit about her. Cause like that whole trip to Seattle that you saw in that video or whatever, she didn't know Bruce Lee was buried there. So this whole time she thought he was in China somewhere because So I planned this trip for 5 years to take her there, unbeknownst to her. And we get there, because like I think it's weird for her to be that much into Bruce Lee that she didn't know any of this stuff.
Mm.
So like my dumbass, not knowing that he was born in San Francisco, we went to San Francisco. And I didn't put it together to look into none of the stuff that they might have for him
Yeah,
while we were there. So I'm a dumbass too.
that happens. I mean, like you go to these places, you don't know these things until like afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like when I was in Germany, they were like, "Oh yeah, this is where Hitler's buried." And we're like, "What?"
Oh no.
Because it's like a secret burial spot.
Well, it's not so much a secret if they
Well,
tell
it's like they
you.
know where it is, but they
Yeah.
don't like tell you,
Yeah,
kind of
because
thing.
I imagine.
Because they don't want people trying to go exhume the body or
piss on
skeleton
it.
or whatever's left.
If anything's even in there,
Right.
but like that was my thing. I wanted to go there, and then I wanted to go to Australia, and I want to go back to LA because there's a statue in all three of those places dedicated to Bruce Lee.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll get there eventually. But like you name a couple places, Hong Kong, Germany, and all kind of stuff. I mean, you're a world traveler, man. Well, I mean, how is this possible? Well, I mean, what is all this about?
The grandparents.
Oh,
The grandparents spoiled me when I was young. Yeah, did a lot of world traveling. My first, like, I think I've been to more countries than I have states.
impressive.
Yeah. So like I've gone to like Europe. I've done like France and Britain and Italy and Switzerland and Amsterdam and all this stuff. Still haven't gotten to see wrestling overseas yet. Unfortunately, that's been my one upset thing.
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
Closest I got to was they were airing an episode of TNA when I was in England on the TV.
Mm-hmm.
I just remembered Beer Money being on there. That's
Beer Money.
that's my only. I don't think they're even Beer Money yet. I think they're still part of Planet Jarrett actually. That's just goons. But yeah, I've been. That's like my one thing. If I ever go somewhere, I'm trying to see wrestling. Like if I ever go to Mexico, if I ever go to Japan, I'm trying to see wrestling while I'm out there.
Mm-hmm.
That's like my number one.
I think that's another bucket list item of mine. Not only just to go to Japan, but to go to Japan for a Wrestle Kingdom or something like that.
Wrestle Kingdom would be cool, but I'm at the point where I'm like, I'll go see DDT. I'm like, I'll go see All Japan. I don't care.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just something, right?
If I have to go sit in like 200-seater Ryogoku Hall or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. And like, as you found out probably through the Discord or whatever, it's just like, I want to go to Japan so I can get all the cheap games.
That too, yeah. I mean, that'd be. I regret because you started your collection, and I remember the store by me used to have like the Japanese PS2 games.
Fuck, man.
They had like the Wrestle Kingdoms, and then they had the Antonio Inoki slot machine game.
I got those.
Yeah, I'm like, now I regret. I'm like, I should have bought them, even though I obviously couldn't play them. I'm like, I should have bought them because they were cool.
Mm, yeah.
Now it's like, fuck.
Yeah. Now I got my little wrestling Bible here.
Oh yeah.
Or whatever. So it covers 40 years of freaking pro wrestling games and whatnot.
That's cool.
So this is like the guide that I've been going through. Be like, all right, I need to get this game. I need to get this game or whatever. So like, there's not too many pages in here that's not highlighted with stuff that I have acquired over the time.
What's the rarest one you haven't gotten yet?
That I haven't got it?
Yeah.
So let's see. We'll just go to the first page of the book. Because, it's not right like a price guide or anything like that. It's just pretty much like the timeline and the creation and the history behind that one game. But I'll tell you what's probably going to be hard for me to acquire. It's a game here called Championship Wrestling Special, or otherwise known as Apu. It came out for the arcade. They did a port to the Sega and I think like PC and everything or whatever. But it's like It came out in 1984 or whatever. But it's probably gonna be like little games like that. I might have a hard time trying to get and whatnot because they're not popping up on eBay or whatever, and I wouldn't even know where else to look
You'd
for
have to
something like this.
find it in a mom and pop shop.
Yeah, I would probably have to go to Japan and find some of these.
Yeah.
Because I mean, yeah, because there was another game. It was an arcade game that they did a port to. I forget what console is in here. It's a Popeye 3, Wrestle Crazy, and if you into like comics and everything, they did like the Fight Planet thing, the intergalactic battle shit or whatever, to where like Popeye gets transported to another freaking planet or whatever.
Popeye.
Yeah, like Popeye.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gets transported to another planet and everything, and he got to fight in a tournament or whatever.
That's wild.
So, and it's wrestling based. So,
that should be the Popeye movie. Fuck it, I want to see that movie.
I you know what? I think somebody is tapping into my microphones and all kinds of stuff like that because, like, I collect movies as well, and I wanted to get the Robin Williams Popeye movie, and I was talking about it not too long ago, and then all the rumors and stuff
the new one,
started coming up. I was like, oh yeah, listening to me. Now you're gonna drive up my prices for whenever I try to get the Blu-ray copy of this Popeye movie. You sons of bitches. But yeah, I mean, matter of fact, I just ordered like I think 3 more games today to add to this daggone list. I think I had to look. I'm probably about. I think I have every handheld iteration of a wrestling game out
That's
there.
Cool.
So like,
oh my god,
Wonder Swan, all that stuff.
I just saw an awful way to expand your collection.
Tell me why.
Get the graded copies.
Oh no, fuck no. That's hell nah. So no. We're not doing none of that. No. Nah, so like the whole thing started with me with the N64 games. I got a random Nintendo 64 or whatever. Nostalgia purposes. I was like, I'm gonna get all the fucking wrestling games. You know? So I got No Mercy, 2000, all those whack ass WCW games that aren't Revenge and World Tour. And
I was gonna say, wait a minute.
Yeah. So I got all that. Then I was like, get on the interwebs. Oh, they got some Japanese games I never played before. And this, like WCW World Tour and all those things were kind of like inspired by these games.
Right.
And, there was the American ports or whatever. So I was like, I might as well get those. And then I was like, I wonder what, might as well get the SmackDown games or whatever, because I did enjoy those or whatever. And then like there was some clips online of the freaking Booker T pyro on the stage and he fucking get blown into the camera and shit. I was like,
I remember that. I
want to play that. So I went ahead and got all those and whatnot. And then I was just like, there's a lot of wrestling games I hadn't played, especially like when I started getting these Japanese games for the 64. I was like, let me look into it. Then I start seeing the Wrestle Kingdom game, the Coliseum games and whatever. I was like, oh shit. Let me dive a little deeper. And then I was just like, I got the harebrained scheme after I collected all 16 of the Nintendo 64 games. I was like, fuck it. I'll just collect all these, see what happens. And then I actually did more research and I found this book and all these other things. And I was like, I bit off a little more than I can chew. But I started. Now I can't stop.
You make it as a tax write-off for the show.
Why you bullshitting? Random Realms with Rob is a LSE, is a subsidiary of Random Works. So it kind of is. But it's been fun or whatever, just to see the games from different worlds or whatever, because like I think I have above me right now every Fire Pro wrestling game, to include the very last piece that I needed to get every last one of them, which will be here soon, because I found it for quite a steal.
Nice.
It was It's Fire Pro Final. It was the last Fire Pro handheld game that they made for the Game Boy Advance, and it's
Okay.
Fire Pro Final because I think the company that made those games, it was the final Fire Pro game that they was gonna make. So
And then they came back. Yeah.
that was the only Fire Pro game that I'm missing. So I just secured that today because it usually go for 160 to 200 something dollars depending if you want the box, or even like 120 for a loose cartridge.
Oh, I should send you that. I have the Fire Pro people send me a shirt. You'd probably like it.
Oh hell yeah, I would like it. I would
It's
display it
somewhere in
here
storage. I
somewhere.
gotta find it. But yeah, it's because I was in a Twitch giveaway, and they're like, "Oh, here's a." They sent it from Japan. It's like a Japan XL, I think. So it's a little tight. But it's like a baseball tee Fire Pro shirt.
Shit, I will not turn it down.
Yeah, if I can find it, I'll let you know.
Word. But like I acquired that game for $30.
That's not bad.
I was like, because I constantly search for it because it's like the one that I'm missing, the one that I want, the one that I'm missing. And I got on there like late last night and I was like,
you have to grab it.
Pretty please. So I have every Fire Pro game from the very first one all the way up to the current one right now. And I just don't know why.
It's a fun collection. I mean, like that's like comics sometimes. Like you get into this one thing, and all of a sudden, all right, it's going to expand and expand, and you just start like going to this rabbit hole where you just want to buy the randomest shit.
Well, I mean, like
I bought the whole collection of when the Punisher was black.
What?
It was like 3 or 4 issues because I heard about it, and basically Punisher became a black guy and he had to team with Power Man because of it.
Yeah, Luke Cage.
Yeah. And I'm like, all right, I bought the first one. Now I'm hunting for the rest of these.
Whoa. Hold on. So it's not a black guy with the Punisher moniker. It's the actual white Punisher.
It's Frank Castle black. Yes.
Frank Castle black.
It's in my it's in my long box right now, but it's like under a bunch of shit. I would grab it, but no. It's a fascinating comic.
Yeah, comics are just weird that way. Like I didn't until I started doing RBR. I never in now as of Friday, my 42 years of life. I never read comic books until like I met Noah and started doing RBR. And because of Noah, I have been down a rabbit hole of so much shit or whatever, just like the original Sin storyline, the Almighty Avengers. I love Blade, and that was even before, comic books and everything. So I attempted to go back to the very first Blade comic and read all the way through.
A whole different guy.
Yeah, it's because like I found out the lore.
Yeah,
to where like he didn't amass those powers until he got bit by Morbius.
No, he was just a dude with a stick.
Yeah, he was just a dude. It was wild. But like to see the evolution of that character is wild. And then like I don't know, comics are pretty cool. I can't physically own them.
It's a very expensive hobby. That's for sure. Especially when the resale, because I told you I resold my Miles Morales first appearance. Sold that for ungraded for a nice little $200. So I got 2 more copies of it.
Oh, all right. Well, all right, good. Because I was like,
because I got them in a bargain bin years ago. Obviously, they didn't know that was going to be the big comic at the time. So,
yeah. And that's hard for collectors in general or whatever. It's just like if you are a natural born collector, it's just like who's to say what's going to take off or not or whatever. There's probably like some wild ass copy of Squirrel Girl that nobody ever thought of or whatever. It's just going to blow up in the next year or so.
Oh, right. That's like baseball cards now. Like I do baseball card collecting now. And it's just like, oh, this random rookie, his card's like going for crazy money. I'm like, do I have this card? I don't know. I have so many cards now.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. And that was like Funkos too. I sold majority of my Funkos.
So I had I had to stop myself from that when that first started happening.
Hmm.
Like when they started putting out Funkos, because I thought it was the coolest shit ever.
Right.
But I knew if I started, I would probably be in the same predicament like with these wrestling games and shit.
Oh no, I definitely was. I had like a full like plastic bin full of them, just of loose pops. I sold them all to my local toy shop. Um, I just keep the sentimental ones. Like I have a John Cena one up here,
Mhm.
Goku, Galactus.
Yeah.
Stuff that means something.
But that was the thing for me to where like I limited myself to wrestling only.
Mm.
So because I was like, all right, in the Funko genres or whatever, wrestling is probably like the smallest corner that I can go to. So whatever. So there's not a lot of these. So I won't have to spend a lot of money or whatever. And I also put a rule onto myself is like if I can't physically touch it, if I can't be in the presence of it, like if I can't grab it off the
Oh,
shelf
so
and buy it,
yeah, yeah, same.
I can't get it or whatever. I can't order it online. I can't
I
do none
feel
of that
that's
shit.
cheating.
Yeah. So
That takes away the fun of the hunt.
yeah, so that's how I kept myself out of trouble and everything.
Nice.
But like I did break the rule once, and that's when they released the Bullet Club ones. So with Kenny and the Bucks and Cody, because like I
Yeah,
at the time I was in a place to where like there ain't no way in hell I'm gonna find them bitches in store.
I
So
found them all in the store somehow.
I had to order it.
They
And
still,
I kind of regret that I didn't get the Cody one because, like, I thought Cody sucked at the time.
yeah, no, I bet they a lot of the leftover ones were the Codys. I had the Cody one.
Mhm.
And then I remember when I went to LA like 2 or 3 years ago, they still had all the New Japan ones on the shelves. I was very surprised.
Yeah, but like I said, I didn't get
What's the
that Cody
Cody?
one. I didn't get the Cody one because I thought he sucked at the time or whatever. I was like,
Well, he
screw that
did.
guy.
He did. I mean, let's not revisionist. Cody at the time did suck.
Mhm.
Putting in the USA eye contact, running up on Okada. New Japan, more like old Japan.
But I mean, it's weird to see how all that changed into what it is now with Cody. It's
It's
just
it's the white meat baby face. WWE fans love that. He has a cool entrance. He's white. He's big. He does cool moves. It's everything they would want from him.
yeah, and it's just like years previous, he was just a guy in face paint.
Yeah,
Weird times we live in.
sure is.
But what are you looking most forward to with your trip coming up?
Um,
Philly
ideally,
cheesesteaks?
I'm probably gonna get a cheesesteak. We're also close to Chinatown, so probably get some Chinese food out there too. I got some family out there. Maybe see them.
So it would be just be food, right?
That I'm excited for.
Yeah.
I mean, that's usually the case whenever I'm traveling, but also it's like, I it's mania season, so I'm trying to like hit up all my friends that are like going out too. Like I hit up Scats and we're trying to like, coordinate something. Um, I hit up a certain AEW talent that not Will, but
Will Hobbs is what he's
yes,
talking about.
yes. God, I wish. You know how many fucking times I applied to AEW. Um, but a separate AEW talent that's from Philadelphia. We might be hanging out too. So it's like I'm not trying to name a name because I'm like, oh, I know this person,
Yeah. Brian
Oh,
Keith, I know.
yes, I mean technically I have met the bounty hunter, so yes, technically we were on. I bought a trading card from him.
Yeah. I got his sticker on my wall right here.
Nice, and we can say we both know Random Rob.
We did it.
Which was so funny that he was like, "Who?" When I said B Rob, he's like, "Who?" I had to like go to your Instagram.
Yeah. Because I'm just Rob there at the show.
Right. He's like, "Oh, Random Rob." Yeah, he's like, "I did this podcast."
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, I mean, I love like just being around all the freaks during Mania, like wrestling
Hell
season.
yeah.
You're gonna have all the weirdos yelling "Yeah" on the streets and like singing the Seth Rollins theme, and I'm gonna hate every second of it, but it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
I think I feel like I'm probably most excited for Cody Roman as much as I've hated everything about it.
Yeah.
But it's like, if they overbook it, that's my hope.
Mhm.
If they overbook it and do a bunch of dumb bullshit and a bunch of people come out and it's basically like a 1999 Raw finish,
Yeah.
I'm like, all right,
Hell, or even if it's like a Sting Hunter.
right, yeah. If you do some cool shit, I'm like, all right, then I'm back in. Other than that, I mean, there's probably gonna be some good matches on that card. Um, who knows what's gonna happen? So
Mhm.
that's the fun. I haven't gone to a Mania since 29.
Mhm.
Um, I was supposed to go to 35, but that was too close to me graduating college. And I'm like, logistically, would not make sense to fly back home for like a week or two, then fly back, then graduate. So it's like, So,
So,
so yeah, I'm excited. It's gonna be
word.
a
I
fun
mean,
weekend.
it's the season.
Right.
Tis the season.
It's the
This is
season.
a Wrestle Christmas
Basically.
for all of us or whatever. But like the last thing I want to ask you, so what do you foresee or how do you feel about post WrestleMania? Because I mean, obviously everything is going to be running on 10 now because we're leading up
Right.
to this point or whatever. But like when the
That's
lull is over, when all the fireworks go off or whatever,
right.
what are you anticipating or looking forward to after Mania?
That's gonna be make or break for Triple H for me.
Mhm.
Because obviously everyone's gonna buy into the hype for Mania regardless.
Yeah, of
But
course.
I feel like this is gonna be the prove it cycle. Like, all right, you have full control now. From here till SummerSlam, what are you gonna do? That's the most exciting for me because I want to see what he does. Obviously, he's brought up Jade, he's brought in Braun Breaker. So those are
A
two
fine
new
ass.
to yes, God bless. Um, they're very exciting to know what they. I mean, like I've fantasy booked what I want to see. I don't think it's going to happen.
Put it out in the world, man. Put
Okay,
it out there.
so my fantasy booking right now is there's two things that happen.
Mhm.
Basically, we go from so I guess three because we're spanning off. So Cody's going to win the title, right?
Yeah.
And then we're going to build to Cody versus The Rock at SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm.
But in between then, he's probably going to face like Solo and like Jimmy Uso or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
some bullshit matches. In between that time, Roman's going to go away for a bit because I think,
As normal.
well, no, because I think they're going to kick Roman out of the bloodline.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got you.
I think the Raw after Mania, they jump Roman. Roman comes back at SummerSlam and turns on The Rock. Then we finally get Roman versus Rock at, I don't know, Mania or Saudi or whatever.
Yeah.
Second thing would be what does Gunther do?
Mm-hmm.
Because in my mind, I feel like Sami Zayn is going to win.
Mm-hmm.
Or would be even cooler, he loses to Gable the night after on Raw, which could be a huge moment, which
Mm-hmm.
then people be pissed because I don't want to do it at Mania.
Yeah.
Regardless,
But I mean, ain't even that. It's just the fact that he didn't get it off of Gunther is, I think,
right,
will piss people off.
right. Because I feel like he's probably going to win the Andre.
Mhm.
Um, though I feel like Andrade should win it so that he can become Andrade the Giant. Um, so the I photoshopped that like
hold on.
I got a Photoshop of that like from 8 years ago somewhere. Him on the trophy.
Uh,
If I can find it,
uh,
I'll put it in the Discord.
all right, please, because you got
Um,
me.
so my pathway is ideally I don't know where when Punk is back. I think Punk's back with like Money in the Bank.
Maybe.
So I don't know if you do because I somehow want to get to Gunther versus Ilya in Germany.
Ooh.
But I need to get the title off of Drew and onto Gunther. So I don't know if Punk is in the middle spot to get there to get the title swap. And that's like my number two like major thing that I want to see after. And then I guess my number three is how are we fixing the tag division?
Yeah, that's another thing.
Because
But
they
also
need to,
will we keep excluding, all of us. I mean, I've done it myself or whatever. What the fuck are they gonna do with the goddamn money in the bank?
That doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean,
Because I believe, because like I know Paul disagree with it or whatever, but I firmly believe, night one, Bloodline wins because they gotta amp the stakes up.
of
It's got to
course.
be a whole fucking shenanigans for night two.
Yeah.
Then Cody Rhodes wins, pomp and circumstance, or even before the celebration, but like he wins. No doubt in my mind, Damian Priest comes out, tries to cash in because he just been through a whole weekend full of bullshit. He
I
just
think
got
you
his
do
ass
that.
whipped,
So
and then he loses.
I think you can do that the night after on Raw. I think
Okay.
you can do Priest cashing in on Cody the night after on Raw, and then you can have Cody versus Priest as the main event at Backlash, and Cody wins it back. Because that was initially my idea for what you do with it. Oh, before that, before Punk got injured, was Punk gets cashed in the night of on Mania on by Priest. That was initially my idea, but obviously that's not happening. But I think you can get away with Priest cashing in on Cody the night after, have the big Judgment Day to close out Raw, and then you do Cody versus Priest and Backlash in France.
Yeah, and then like with the men's or whatever. I mean, he didn't declare who, right? I mean, he can easily go after Seth or Drew or whoever wins.
I mean, he can go for any title.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he can go after Gunther.
I mean, that's what Gunther implied. He could go for him if he wanted to, which fuck off.
Yeah, we only seen that happen once. And like I said, the aforementioned Austin.
He should cash in on Ilya on TakeOver.
I don't know. That might be kind of wild.
I know. Anyway. It'd be the worst outcome.
Yeah, true. But yeah, so man, I'm hype as hell.
Yeah. Tis the season, like you said.
Yeah, but I got to see what the fallout is. I mean, we ain't gonna get on the hype train. Oh, Raw was good. Yeah, Raw was good because it's WrestleMania season. What happened to the other Raw the rest of the time of the fucking year?
Right.
And shit, But it was like you said, it was mired in controversy and other shenanigans and whatnot. And now I believe all the kinks are out of the hose. After WrestleMania, we shall see.
We'll see.
Hopefully, fingers crossed. Knock on wood. Anyway, man, I appreciate you for hanging out with me, just bullshitting and talking.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Thank you.
Absolutely nothing.
That's the best. Like you said, random ramblings.
Yeah, but I don't know if you got anything to plug. If you got social media you want to throw out there for people to look at. You hadn't been on Instagram or doing nothing since like 2021 and 2013.
I post on my story. I just don't post posts usually.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I guess I got my Twitter. It's my last name backwards. It's LLESUOH.
You can see it on the screen if you're watching.
Yes. Instagram is just Will Housell, WILLHOUSELL. What else do I got to plug? You want to hire me? Give me a job? Shoot me a DM.
Yes, please.
I mean, I'm technically working, but like not in my intended field. Will Washington, open your goddamn DMs.
You son of a bitch.
Okay, I'm sorry, but it's no fault at his, but like I've talked to him before he went to AEW, no problem. He goes to AEW, doesn't open any of my DMs now. He's able to talk to me now.
Yeah, that dude is busy. Like
he's busy. I get it. No, I'm fucking around. No, it's totally cool. I get it.
Like for real, when they came to Houston, like an hour and a half away from Houston,
right.
We went to that show and like you can see it in his fucking face that this dude is tired. Hell, yeah. I gave him a ride to the airport after the show or whatever, but like this dude it's just
I get
all
it.
Cylinders.
It's totally cool, but like it kind of hurts a little.
What hurts the most? Being so close.
Being so close to knowing people in AEW, none of them are gonna help you get a job there. God damn it.
Yeah, but I
want to make myself an all elite graphic. That I'm putting that into the stratosphere of the world.
Yeah.
I want to make my own is all elite graphic.
There you go. We put it out there into the universe. Hopefully it happens. Like I said, we got all the wood around here. Let's knock on it.
There we go.
But thank you everyone for listening. Join us live weeknights after AEW Dynamite on twitch.tv/RBR Wrestling if you want to listen to some live professional wrestling talk. Also, if you want to holler at me, I'll give you all my social media at the forefront and whatnot. And yada, 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 yakety schmackety. And we out this bitch. See you next time.